Is it visible?
Computer system.
We started a bit early because there was an empty slot today. Is it visible?
I'm sorry, come again. Is this CSB 1101, right?
1101. This is the computer subject, one of the common subject for all the undergraduate. So I am Rupa Jamatia, Assistant Professor of School of Computer Science and Information Technology. I'll be taking this subject. Here, all the UG students, I think, how many of you have attended? Shall we wait for more another 5 minutes or we still start? Shall we start or we should wait for a moment to join? Some of them, they didn't join yet. Only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only 6 participants.
Before they joined, but I think no one was attending, so left.
Okay, then we will start. Let them join eventually, right? So today for this class, as I have told, fundamentals of computer system and office automation. Subject code is 11 CSB 1101. This will be our first lecture. Today's content of the class will be Block 1, Introduction to Computer and Storage Devices, Unit 1, Unit 2, and Unit 3. We'll try to cover this 3 units. I think everyone is comfortable with English and Hindi. I will be taking class with English and Hindi. So I hope everyone is comfortable.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So our objective of the class is like to acquaint yourself with the fundamental characteristic of computer, recognize and identify the basic component of computer system, understand the respective rules and function of basic components of computer, and understanding the importance, interplay, hardware components, etc., understanding decision making, and understanding the integration of data files with processing system for optimal performance. So moving to our first unit, we'll start with the basic development of computer system and capabilities. Okay, let us first know, I think everyone is familiar and everyone is in the working field or might not be, so we'll start from the basic. Even though you are familiar, some people might not be familiar with the definition. We all know that there is a computer. Now, so let us know brief understanding about the what is a computer. So it is an electronic device that takes input, process, and under the instruction, it produce an output. That's all we know. Since we have this laptop, you are taking class through the laptop. Might be some of them are using mobile phone to attend this class. Okay, so the origin will understand. Hmm? Okay, sorry for the interrupt. We'll start with the origin from mechanical calculator to electronic computers, right? So our early computers started from mechanical calculator, which we see in the earlier version, and to the electronics computer, which we are using right now. One minute. In early tool was abacus, that is 2700 BC. Pascal calculator 1652 and Babbage's analytical engine 1834, right? In 1940s, the first electronic computer, like electronic numerical integrator and computer, which is also known in the short form of ENIAC, ANIAC, no? And the universal automatic computer UNIVAC. So revolutionized computing. Transition from manual calculator to automated programmable machine, which are the basic development which are the evolution of calculator to electronic computer. Next, fundamental of computer system. Core components, what are the core components? Input device, central processing unit, memory, and output device are the core component of computer, which is like CPU. CPU is the brain of the computer, right? We all know that. Like in the laptop, there will be motherboard. Even in the desktop, there will be motherboard, which is also known as the CPU, the brain of the computer, executing instruction and managing operation. Okay, the memory part is like the RAM, which include primary memory as RAM, random access memory, and secondary storage. ROM also will be there. The memory storage capacity of a computer is typically measured in units such as bytes, kilobytes, megabytes, gigabytes, like which we known as KB, MB, GB, terabyte is TB, reflecting the vast amount of data they can handle. And another comes software, which we use for like Microsoft Office software is the application, program that instruct hardware to perform tasks. Like Microsoft Office is there, other application like in your phone. In your phone, there is like PNB1, SBI Yono. Those are the software which we'll be using to deal our daily life function smoothly. Now, next is technical classification, technology classification, like types of computer, like personal computer, which we are using like laptop, desktop, and for everyday use. That is also known as personal computer, PCs, like server. Server is another most important thing to perform the network to exchange the data from one system to another, and data storage like Google Drive, which we'll be using for storing the data. Okay, an embedded system, computer inside device like smartwatches, car, IoT gadgets. Smartwatch, everyone nowadays, they are very popular. They're very popular nowadays in this era to use to track your daily walking. Yeah, even in phone there is like Fit app out there and some other. What was that? Some walking distance, they will track your walking distance, everyday walking distance, 10,000 step, 1,000 step, it will track. So these are the embedded system. These are called as embedded system. They will identify the water in your body, water availability in your body, breathing and all, everything, BP and blood flow, blood circulations, like that, they will track. Those are the embedded system. And supercomputer comes another ultra fast machine for scientific simulation and big data. Okay, like one of the common supercomputer can be Param. No, Param. I think you all have heard about it. And IBM, some supercomputer under IBM will be there. And characteristic of computer. Our speed, characteristic of the computers are measured based on speed, accuracy, storage, diligence, versatility, and limitation. So here the performance speed is the performs billions of operation per second, like microseconds or picoseconds. It will be calculated. Accuracy is extremely low error rate. Now, when there is a low error rate, we can say that the input is correct. And storage is vast capacity for data, including text, image, audio, or video. Like in your system, there will be a 500 GB or 1 terabyte of storage in your PC, in your phone. Like when we purchase a phone, we always check the storage capacity of the phone and the speed based on the RAM also. 4 GB RAM, 8 GB RAM, 12 GB RAM now are coming up. So that one we have to check while purchasing the system as well. Okay. And diligence. Diligence is how work tirelessly without fatigue or loss of concentration. That one is like battery drainage and all. We have to check while buying the system or buying the smartphones or buying the watch, smartwatch like that. And versatility is handle diverse tasks for scientific calculation to gaming. We always see whether the laptop is feasible for gaming purpose. Like nowadays, people prefer the gaming laptop instead of the daily, everyday use laptop, right? Because the processor in gaming laptop are much more higher, and definitely the cost will be higher when the processor is uh, if more efficient and more speed is there in the system. Okay. Limitation: no intelligence or feelings is there in the computer. They don't have any feelings like human beings, fully dependent on human instruction. Next is a computer application where system meets real life. If you feel bored, just interrupt in between, and like if you have any questions, also you can interrupt in between or raise your hand. Next is computer application where system meets real life, like productivity software. Like I have already said, Microsoft Office, Google Doc, Google Sheets, and Google Form. Those are the productivity software. Like we are doing a GeoMeet online classes, so that one also one of the productivity software, right? And internet browser like Chrome, Microsoft Edge, and Firefox. These are the internet browser. Specialized software like payroll, inventory, tax and reservation system like IRTC, T, and what are will be the specialized software that are specially made for those particular things like transaction software, Google, this one GPay. These are made for transaction, na? Making a transaction from your bank account to the shopkeepers or consumers like that. So those are specialized software known as specialized software. And emerging app like AI assistant, Gemini, ChatGPT, cloud computing, cyber security tools, and what are more, Alexa, and what else? What else are emerging tool now? Perplexity, and what is there? LLM notebook, and more coming up in emerging app. Okay, these are the AI assistants. Next, our basic development of computer system and capabilities. Under this, generations of computer overview करते हैं. First generation 1940 to 1956, which is era of vacuum tube. They have used vacuum tube for the development of that particular computer. First generation computer. It is massive and huge consumption of power, generating intense heat. Definitely an entire room, the space, lot of space it consumes. Operated on machine language, input via punch card, output in printout. Okay, so consume very much of this one resources as well. Landmark is ENIAC 1946. That is one of the first generation era of computer. So next is second. Second comes in 1956 to 1963, the transistor revolution. Okay, the transistor revolution, which is smaller than vacuum tube and faster and more reliable. Okay, example IBM 1401 and UNIVAC 2 is widely used in business and scientific application. Okay, third generation comes in 1964 to 1971. That is integrated circuit transform computing, which are in use with the integrated circuit combined thousands of transistor or silicon chips, drastically reducing size and cost. Okay? And example will be IBM System 360, time sharing and batch processing improve efficiency and user access. These are the brief evolution of the computer hardware. First, you see, this is physical size. Now, if physical size is large and the time is less, then we have from left to right will move. Okay, first generation there is vacuum tube. The physical size is more. That's why we have put in the left side. Size is large, power high, relatability low. Second transistor, size is compact, power low, and speed is increased. And third integrated circuit, that is ICs. This is the diagram, how it looks. Size miniature, it is small, okay? Miniature means small. Power efficient and reliability is high. And this is microprocessor. This is generation 4. 1970 is the present. Like size is micro, power optimized and function complex. Okay. Then generation 5 and beyond, present and beyond, parallel processing and AI. Like I have told. Size ultra compact, it will be ultra compact, power adaptive, intelligent, emergent. Okay. Next, these are the fourth generation and fifth generation, which I have already shown in the figure. So we'll move in the limitation of the computers. Now, what are the limitations? Mean disadvantage. Lack of creativity and intuition, unlike human. What human do? We have the creativity we have, and dependence also on power and hardware. It is dependence, the computer dependent. If the power is not there, if the light is not there, the computer system cannot function to the limited resource. Now it will shut down. So vulnerability to secure threats like malware and hacking, isn't it? Those systems are vulnerable to security threats and cannot understand context or emotion. Like they understand binary, 0 or 1 only. Like unlike us, we talk word to word. Now, like we are discussing the lecture word to word, slide to slide, but with emotions that so that every student, as a faculty, I want every student to understand the basic of computer science. That's it. But computer system, it won't understand any emotions. It will just do whatever task we give, the command, based on the command. In conclusion, is mastering computer system empower innovation. Okay. So computer system fundamentals are the foundation for all modern technology. Like for basic, this is the basic foundation for everyone to understand this subject. Next, in Unit 2, basic input-output system, organizing files, folder, efficient and reliability. Now, what is BIOS and firmware? BIOS is basic input and output system. It is the short form of basic input and output system. Is firmware stored on a chip. Chip is ROM, ROM, ROM. Can anyone tell what is the full form of ROM?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell?
Read-only memory.
Yes, correct. So that initialize hardware and start the boot process. Okay, when we start the laptop or desktop, the inside, whatever happening the inside the motherboard, this BIOS take the charge, take the control. Okay, firmware is specialized software embedded in hardware device to control their function. Example, BIOS, device controller, ALU, and so many things. BIOS is the first code your PC runs. That's what I'm saying when power on. The performing hardware checks and loading the operating system, the BIOS taking the charge. So hardware versus software. Let's understand now the hardware versus software. The physical and the intangible. We call it software as intangible, hardware as physical. So what is hardware? Can anyone tell what is hardware?
Yes,
Anisha?
ma'am.
Oh, Ankit? Okay, tell.
Yes, yes, ma'am. The physical parts that we can touch or we can repair or replace. Those are the things are termed as hardware.
And what
Like
about software? Anyone from the arts department? Arts department, Shuli Roy, Anisha Das. Can you tell what is software? Or Tandra?
So software means something we should give instruction or some program we can fix, and that computer can execute that.
So can you give some example of software?
Software like suppose ChatGPT, so or Gemini. First, we have to create a gem. In the gem, we have to set some instruction that if I give this, so the output should be this way. So according to that, AI will create the gem, and according to the gem, now when I will put that particular specific things, I will get the result. I mean the transcription or whatever it is. Something like
So
that.
yeah. So
Or
based on
chat gpt, if I take the chat gpt example, if I write something in chat gpt and if I ask that please kindly share in a different way or whatever my requirement, if I ask, chat gpt will provide same kind of draft. So that this is like I'm giving some instruction and getting something. So it's
right. These are the emerging app of which we can rely based on the AI na, in the modern era. So for the other software like which we use in our phone or in our laptop, that can be Microsoft Office, which I have already told, like whatever we do, like in the Microsoft Office, like Excel, also there are some shortcut keys to some additions or find out the average of a number. These are the things which we'll be using in the software as well. Okay, some other software will be there like application like Firefox, like in terms of browser, which we have explained, like Firefox, Chrome, and Microsoft Edge and Opera Mini. Those are the browser software. Or okay, and firmware bridges hardware and software. What is firmware again here? Like bridges the hardware, like your system and the software. Like it will connect between the hardware and software by providing the low level control embedded in the device. Okay, the way like it will process from your keyboard to the ALU, like your motherboard, like CPU, brain of the computer, and process, convert it into the ASCII value to make the machine understand in the binary digit, like 0, 1, 2, 0 and 1 form. Binary digit means 0 and 1 form, the machine language, like which we call it machine language to understand your command. Okay, that is the process. It happens from so that is called firmware, which bridges the software and hardware to communicate and make the the system understand the human commands. Okay, next. So the booting process. The booting process is when you power on or switch on your system. That is power step one. What happened in the booting process? Step one, power on. Power supply activates the hardware component first. Then it will process with the post, like is power on self-test. Power on self-test means BIOS, BIOS. BIOS means board input output system, right? Which is a basic input output system, checks hardware health, whether your hardware or software is in hardware health. Only the hardware health it will check first, then alert if issue are found, like your mouse is not functioning properly or maybe your speaker is not functioning properly. That one the BIOS will check whether your hardware are functioning properly in the system first during the booting system. Then third step is BIOS, like basic input output system, read boot order. Like what order is input? Locate bootloader on storage device like HDD, SSD, USB. Okay? It will locate and boot order, read BIOS, read the boot order. Then fourth step is bootloader loads the operating system kernel. into RAM and transfer control. Okay? Then it will control transfer control. Then next step, fifth step is OS. OS means operating system. Now BIOS function is over. It's taking the charge while power on, turning on the system. Then it will, now OS will, in the fifth step, after the process of boot BIOS is done, OS like operating system with loads driver and system utilizes utilities. Then user authentication occurs, like user authentication like password. Then only you will enter your password to start your system to run smoothly. Okay, this is the step of the booting process. And directory system organizing files like digital filing cabinet. How? Files are stored in directories like folder in the system, right? Like we have a system, there will be a different folder in your system, like file, where you save like a new folder, new volume, C volume, like that you have in the system. So these are the directories where you save the file. So directories can contain file or other directories like subfolder, like you have saved BCA or BA folder. Under BA, so many subject PPTs will be there. So those are the subfolders, creating a hierarchical tree structure. The operating system manages this structure to quickly locate and access file. Okay. Next, moving to the real world example, like booting your laptop. Like as I have told, like how it happens. When you press the power, BIOS firmware wakes up hardware, yeah? Like your alarm clock. Nah? When you put the alarm in your phone or in your watch, what it happens? When it turns on, you wake up and you process to wake up, right? Your body process to wake up. The same thing the system does. And BIOS run post to check RAM and CPU, whether you're thirsty, you're feeling to go toilet, like that. It will process. It will process and function like our own body. Now, your own body functions. So bootloader loads Windows or Mac OS from SSD, like from your brain. Wake up, like it's already time. It will hit the alarm in your brain the same way it does in the system as well. OS loads your app and file organized in directories. Your raw data files into meaningful information document videos. Okay, this is how it does in the system as well. Next, why data and information matters. Let's understand why. Why this data and information matter? Because data is raw, unprocessed. Okay, data. It can be any data. It can be raw, unprocessed fact, numbers, text, image without context. But information is the process, organized data that is meaningful and useful for decision making. Okay. Example like sales number. Sales number are data, just data, this number. But sales trend chart, if you compile the sales number into a chart, then it becomes an information. That is how the data and info. That's why data and information does matter. From raw data, you generate an information. Okay. The need for data and information in computing. Why we need the data and information in computing? Computer process vast amount of data to generate actionable information. Like Manirud have said this AI command. Na? So how this AI read the command and process the data and give you the solution? How it does? First you command it like give me a waterfall environmental crisis of India. Suppose this is the command you gave. But if you don't put India, like you just gave the command, give me the waterfall crisis in, you didn't give any country, waterfall crisis, you just give the incomplete command, then it will be several of data, it will compile the whole over the world data, it will compile and it will give to you, but exactly it might not give the exact thing you want. because your command is incomplete. So you have to put the command in such a way that your raw data, means the AI could collect particular terms or like word like India, segregate the data based on your keywords. Keywords like India, waterfall, and scarcity. These are the keywords. So based on that, it will give the environmental studies or maybe environmental effect, disadvantages, so many things it will give based on the key terms. Okay. So always remember whenever you put the command, you have to remember the keywords. So in that way, the raw data will become an information in the computing. Next, the 7 dimensions of information quality. There are 7 dimensions of information quality. What makes data trustworthy? Okay. So like if you get any data, like random data, like AI might give, but you can't always rely on AI. You have to always cross check the data. Okay. First thing first is accuracy. Accuracy, like data correctly reflect reality, like correct customer address, like Anisha Das. It can be so many Anisha Das, right? There will be so many Anisha Das in the world with the same name. But how can we identify care of, like how father name, like daughter of, or son of, or address, pin code, and your university ID of MTSU. That will be your unique ID. So based on the correct customer address, we can generate the accuracy of the data correctly. Okay, this is one of the examples. And completeness. How completeness? All necessary data is present. No missing sale record. Suppose Anvisha, I want to send her a letter from the university. Now I forgot to mention the PIN code. Then where it will go? Which Anvesha it will reach? So this is complete. It is incomplete. No, that's why we have to always maintain the complete data to be in the written format or in the soft copy format. Consistency. Data is uniform across system. Same product codes everywhere. Consistency. Like the laptop, same model, it might have same product code, but design name and like maybe iCore suite, like Intel Core i3, Office, Microsoft include, whatever it is, like HP, model, this, like model number, different model number, but the production time and MAC address, this should be consistent. Okay, 1, 2, 3, like MTSU, like Anvesha, AN, Anvesha, then 01. Then it will, another one of student ID will come 02. So in this way, consistency should be there. It should not be 101 and again it will be 501, then it is like inconsistent. So timeliness, data is up to date. You always have to maintain the data, like your system to be up to date and available when needed. Uniqueness, no duplicate records, like I have said, like your student ID, one of the unique ID, one profile per person, per customer or per student, like that. Validity, data confirms to require format and rules, like valid dates would be there, like expiry date, manufacturing date, those will be the validity. Your student ID for 3 years, so 2025 to 2027, like this. Integrity, data is protected from unauthorized changes. Like you can change this. Only administrative person can change your ID if there is any error or any mistake in the ID record. So high quality data is the foundation for reliable, analytic and confident decision. Okay. Next, manual data storage, the traditional approach. Like earlier, what happened? Paper pen we use. Even now, many of the office they use paper pen. If something spill on that, like water or tea, coffee, then what happened? It tried to damage the file. And pros, what is the pros and cons here? Pros means like tangible, no electricity needed. That is the pros, like positive advantage, no electricity needed, simple form, small volume. Like I have to maintain only 50 students. So it's easy. No need to rush for laptop and this. Manually, it can be done. But what if it is like 500,000, 5,000, 1 lakh people? That time it will be time consuming, right? Slow retrieval it will be. We have to search from here to there. So many files we have to go and check. So this is the disadvantage of the manual data storage. Now, electronic data storage, the difference you see, digital storage like hard drive, cloud server, database, it's easily accessible from anywhere. That is advantage of the electronic data storage. Okay, that is fast access, easy backup, scalable, and support complex query. Cons, disadvantages require infrastructure, cybersecurity risk, and need technical skill also. Example, Amazon uses massive database and cloud storage. These are the examples. Next, comparing manual versus electronic. Since we have like speed, it will be slow in manual. Okay, it might take hours, and space, it might require vast, and physical file require large room, definitely. And security, electronic encryption versus physical locks and limited access. Collaboration, instant sharing in electronically, right? We can share and from anywhere. Physical document copying and storage will be there. Cost, manual, low upfront burn, high labor. High labor cost will be there in manual. Electronic, high initial investment but efficient for long term. This is the third unit, data or and file organization. Any doubt so far? Any question? Any question? Okay, then moving to unit 3, data organization and processing, like consistent file naming, like it should not mix up. So if you manage file accordingly, like from one folder to another and subfolders like that, it will be easier to locate your file, right? We have to always keep in mind that organizing the data is file the foundation of data management. That is the foundation of data management. And how important information is used in data processing system. So raw data is collected from diverse source, sensor, database, and user input. Then data preparation, clean and enrich data, removing error, duplicates. Then process data, fit decision-making tools, analytic and automated system. Next is the data processing cycle. How? From raw data to insight. First, collect, preparation, input, process, output, then storage. These are the 6 steps for the data processing cycle. So collection is gathering, okay. Preparation is cleaning and organizing the data for quality. Input is feeding data into processing system. Processing is like transforming data using algorithms and rules, like using in Excel files, or output is presenting reservoir report, graphs, or action. No? And storage is securely saving data for future use. Next, key data processing method, tailored for different needs. Like batch processing is there, real-time processing is there, online processing, and distributed processing. So batch processing is handle large data set as a schedule time. Like bank, end of the day transaction. Like they process all the data in the end of this one. Like your bank statement. Bank statement you see now, that is batch processing. Like monthly, you update your bank statement. So real-time processing is immediate data handling for instant result, like stock market updates and GPS tracking. Like I have already said, walking, if you walk for this distance, your mobile, if you on the trackers, it track how much kilometer you have walked, how many steps you have taken. Online processing is continuous update in dynamic system, like airline reservation, train reservation. These are the online processing. Distributed processing is spread tasks across multiple machines for speed and scale, like Google Search Index, Gemini, like that. Example, GPS I have already mentioned, like why choosing the right data processing method matters, like speed versus volume, design system, compliance with data governance. These are the, you go through it. Next, conclusion, mastering data organization and processing unlock values. Okay, these are the self-awareness questions, assessment questions. Sorry. What is the concept of a computer? Now tell me what are the main capabilities and limitation of the computer? Anyone? Main capabilities and limitation of the computer? Anyone can tell?
Main capability, like computer can provide accuracy, I mean exact thing whatever you need. uh, Limitation means computer only knows the numbers 0 to 9, right? So apart from that, computer doesn't know anything. So this can be a limitation. Yeah.
Yeah, like emotionless. One
Right.
limitation is no
Correct.
emotions in the computer. It's run based on the instruction. That's what. And what about this? What is BIOS? Now tell. We have already discussed this. BIOS. Anyone? Anyone from other student? Shuli, Tandra, and Deepak, Payal. Okay, okay. You can tell Maniru. You are mute. You are mute. Can you turn on the sound?
Basic input and output system.
Yeah. What it does? What it does? What is the rule in computer system?
uh, like whatever the instruction is required, so that we need to give, and accordingly we will get the output of that.
But yeah, it is somehow correct. But the BIOS is what it does. Like when we turn on the system, it will process whether your system is correctly functioning. That is the BIOS, basic input output system. Like it will process the, what to say, it will scan like a scanning of virus, like that, like antivirus. What it does, it scan the virus. Like the same way this BIOS, what it happen when you turn on, when you wake up, as a human being, like when you wake up from sleep, like in the morning, what first it happens, you try to access the processing, whether you want to wake up at that moment or not, right? Whether you are feeling well at that moment. That's what our body does, right? The same way the system BIOS also does. It will scan the overall system, whether the input output is functioning well. Okay, if there is any error, like your microphone is not working properly, or your screen, your something is error in the system, then it will try to give you alert signal. That's it. Okay, these are the some few questions, self-assessment question. Please go through it. I request all the students to participate during the discussion like this. It will be more interesting if you participate. Now, so next class will be going in block 1 and block 2, unit 4, unit 5, and unit 6. Please go through your SLM, and I will inform when to collect your hard copy of SLM from the office. I will check with the librarian whether the materials are available. Then I'll inform in the group. And thank you all. I hope you all understood the class. Thank you, Na. See you in the next class. Please go through the SLM.
Thank you.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.